Bombshell report, Warren Buffett on the sidelines with $150 billion in cash. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we jump into today's topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these ever-changing times. All right, folks, welcome back into the program. It's always an honor and a privilege to come be with you. I hope you're all doing well. It's my job to continue to do whatever I can to help people understand we are in a fragile economy. We need to prepare ourselves. Being aware, acknowledging there's a problem is the first step in being successful coming through something like that. So again, if you've been with me for a while, you understand that, we've been sounding the alarm now since the height of the buying euphoria just last summer. Not a long time. We're seeing a lot of things that we've talked about actually happening now, and most people can concede that we're in a real estate bubble. The economy is in big trouble. Supply chains, gas prices, price of everything going up. They can't ignore it anymore. We won. And I don't want to say we won, but we kind of won in this situation. I mean, come on. I mean, we most of us knew, listen, there's no way you can see asset classes go through a spike like that from stimulus money being printed out of thin air and think it can sustain itself. The great Warren Buffett, the person who brought you be greedy when others are fearful, fearful when others are greedy. We've been seeing a ton of greed, haven't we, in these past few months? I mean, all that injection of free money, rolling it into the stock and crypto markets and overpaying for real estate, willing to, run soccer moms over at the side of an open house sign to get your offer placed first. Greed. Pure, unadulterated greed. And so Warren Buffett, 9th richest man in the world, founder of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, premier real estate brokerage, $150 billion on the sidelines in cash. What we've been talking about for months now. And again, this is one of my great, awesome viewers, brought this to my attention. I researched, my gosh, he's right. Warren Buffett on the sidelines, $150 billion in cash, just sitting there, not rolloed into cryptos, in cash, insulated on the sidelines, positioning himself to buy up. What else could he be waiting for? The crash. Now, we've talked about this, folks. Now we have so many things that we have to now acknowledge. And again, when we first started forecasting a lot of what we're seeing now, many people were skeptical and still following some rainbows and sunshine channels that are in the real estate space that, of course, are going to promote rainbows and sunshine. They have to. They're in the real estate space. They make all their money off of real estate, where, some of us, had to sound the alarm and say, hey, no, listen. This is not a normal economy. This was a pandemic with stimulus measures. And now we've got hyperinflation going on. It can't sustain itself. Hello? I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. So when you have our first warning sign, we saw, it wasn't even our first. The big, one that was at least big enough to grab some headlines was Evergrande. They're big trouble. But it fizzled out in terms of headlines, because if we don't see blood in the streets and chaos anymore, because that's what we saw in the pandemic, we're not that interested, folks. It's blood in the streets and chaos over in China right now. Contagion, we talked about it. Could contagion occur? Of course it could occur, but we rely on mainstream media to finally report on stuff before we'll believe it. Or blood in the streets. Zillow now out of the house buying market. Well, why? They're a real estate company, the biggest real estate website in the world, trying to get rid of the houses they bought in the height and take a loss to do it. Strike two. Strike three. Warren Buffett, 9th richest man in the world, smart in the real estate space specifically, is where his big line of expertise lies. $150 billion on the sidelines. I'm on the sidelines. You're on the sidelines. Most of us on this channel have been on the sidelines because we didn't trust what we saw. This didn't pass the smell test. We are not alone, folks. The smart ones like Warren Buffett, insulated with cash. The dumb ones like Zillow and Evergrande, just like back in 2008, that bet that the housing market could not fail, are watching it fail, and they're trying. It's too late for Evergrande. They're done. Zillow's trying to throw stuff overboard and get light to weather the potential storm that's coming. As much as I love real estate so much, I would do it for free, and I have been actually here lately. There's just no way we can come out of this without blowback from the stimulus measures, which haven't even ended yet. The money printer continues on. It has to stop. Stop the madness. Government, we should have done this so long ago. If we had just paid the piper and the initial shutdowns, let the chips fall where they may, and then started the cleanup, we'd already be heading out of this stronger, better, faster. But no, we're just going to spend ourselves into oblivion, and it's really alarming. So folks, in final thoughts today, I just want to continue to let you know, strike three, you're out, so to speak. It's strike three, Warren Buffett on the sidelines, $150 billion. It's 1% of his wealth. That's a tremendous amount of wealth. Anybody that believes this economy cannot fail would not be insulated with that much money on the sidelines. That's what's going on today. And we're going to continue to monitor this situation because it is so important to continue to be a realist right now. Again, we can look to the past to predict a lot of the future. We saw the bubble occur in the last economic recession. This one is a bigger bubble. There is depressionary pressure now on us globally that could be of biblical proportions. Our goal is to hope for a soft landing. But the reality is it doesn't even take a miracle for a soft landing. So right now we have to insulate our cash and be fearful when others are greedy. And we're seeing a lot of greed right now. When you see the fear completely take over, that's when we're going to get greedy. That's when we're going to go out and invest, because we're going to have insulated ourselves with cash the way Warren Buffett's doing. And we're going to go get a piece of the pie. That is the goal. That is my goal for you. Like I said, I love real estate, but I know for you to become wealthy, you're going to have to own more than the house that you live in. You're going to have to get small now to be big later. And that is going to be our goal. So continue to jump into the comments. I'll see you in there. Let me know, what's your price range? What's your strike zone? What's your forecast? What's your position? I would love to know. If you've appreciated the content, all I ask you is to do me a very small favor and give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and jump into the comments and let's talk. Go make it count today. We'll see you on the next video.